alright, just had this thought. Just got done at the gym, you know, and I was thinking about Ronda Rousey. Should she come back or not? Should Ronda Rousey come back to fight? In my opinion, man, I think Ronda Rousey should come back. I made a video earlier about Ronda Rousey, and I was kind of, hard on the. When she got beat up, she got destroyed by Holly Holm. She got utterly destroyed. That's done. But here's what the positive sides and the good things I saw from Ronda Rousey. One, she never gave up in that fight. It wasn't like she was winning and then she got caught. She was getting beat up from the second half fight started. And you never saw any quit in her. You never saw any give up in her. You never saw her just like, I'm just going to lay down and fold for Holly Holm. She has the heart of a champion. Her striking is not where it needs to be to compete against Holly Holm. But, hell, it's a whole lot of fighters going to find out they striking ain't up to par when it comes to fighting Holly Holm. She knocked out quite a few people already. So, that's that. But should Ronda Rousey make a comeback? In my opinion, yes. She should come back to fight. She owes it to, not to the UFC, not to MMA, not to the fans. She owes it to herself. You don't let a bad loss like that cause you to go out and not come back. That's a horrible way to leave a sport. You tried your best and you lose, that's one thing. But to get dominated and destroyed and just leave after that, never come back because of the, it's like it causes like an emotional tear between you and the sport. So, should she come back? Yes, she should. Will she come back? Now, that's the question that remains unanswered. In my opinion, if she has a successful movie career, she's probably not coming back. I don't think she'll have a super successful movie career. Her acting ability is subpar. I felt like she did an okay job in Expendables. Like, she seemed like an alright actor in Expendables. I guess they gave her a role that was more closer to her. But then when I saw her in Fast and the Furious 7, it was just like, well, okay. It wasn't good acting. I don't know if she just didn't have time to prepare for it, she was uncomfortable, or what it was, but it didn't seem good acting. The fight scene was great, but the acting, the 2 or 3 lines I heard from her, it was just like, they felt forced. So, I think she should come back to the sport. I think she should give herself one more chance to properly prepare for Holly Holm. I think she needs a new training camp for multiple reasons. One reason, the main reason being, at this point, she lost confidence in her coach, and so have a lot of other people. I don't think it was 100% her coach's fault, but that's a different discussion. But she probably doesn't have confidence in him anymore, and that's going to show in any fight she has now with him. So, I don't think keeping the same coach is the right game plan. I think she needs a new coach, somebody who's a little bit more educated in fighting, somebody who can give her. Somebody can help her work on her strike and get comfortable with her strike. Not necessarily to stand up with Holly Holm, but just comfortable enough to somewhat have a better game plan when she fights her again. Because at this point, I'm assuming if she comes back, she's going to get an immediate title shot. I would assume. That's the biggest fight. It makes most sense that she would get an immediate, title rematch. She's the biggest name in women's MMA. So, I think she should get a immediate title shot if she comes back. She should come back. She needs to come back and try to avenge that loss, or at least give it a better shot than she did. So hopefully she decides to come back after doing her little movie thing. I know she's got something coming up and that caused her to be pushed back, but I hope she does come back and give it a shot and get a proper training camp, a proper corner. You can't put some of the blame on her coach, because her coach was giving her some whack-ass advice after that first round. I mean, after that first round, I think everybody pretty much knew they ain't no fixing this. That's why I say you can't blame the coach completely. There's no fixing this, what's going on. This is just going to happen today. This is something that you can't fix because it should have been taken care of before now. It's kind of like the Verdun fight with Cain Velasquez, the first fight. Whatever, you could tell right away, Cain Velasquez wasn't used to that altitude. Well, it can't be fixed tonight. So if you're going to blame his training camp, well, yeah, you can blame his training camp, but it's nothing that it could be done that night. Who would have known? It's something that happened. But her corner, after that first round, I felt like her corner should have been telling her, look, we need some takedowns. Don't try to stand up with her. Don't try to do anything. Stop chasing her across the cage. We need some takedowns, but they didn't do that. So the coach does have his role to play, but she wasn't properly prepared, and even worse, her game plan wasn't there either. So, and it didn't seem like they had a second game plan either. Well, hell, they were saying in the interviews she can knock her out, that Ronda Rousey can knock Holly Holm off, and whoever thought that needed to be fired. Now I think it was her coach that said it. So, I think she comes back, gets a proper training camp, gets in with a better team than that, and she's got her pick of the litter. She can go anywhere and train. Any team would be, more than willing to take Ronda Rousey. So, come back, give it another shot, and if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. At least you gave it your best shot. So, but her movie career is probably gonna take off now, and I think she's fought enough fights to, she ain't got nothing left to prove. So, we'll see. I guess time will tell whether or not she decides to come back.